नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सबका लाइफ एडर मिश्रा ये चैनल पे।
So, we studied about book value last time. What about book value? That was, anyone, if you can help me. What will this give? If in case the company goes into insolvency and all the assets are liquidated, as Akshay told, the whatever amount, for example, after subtracting this, if 10 rupees is remaining, every shareholder would get 10 rupees. No matter before this liquidation, no matter it was 10,000, 1 lakh or even 1 rupees, if it was trading at even 1 rupees, then even then you would get this. This was the basic concept of book value. Okay, a very short concept, that is P and B ratio, similar to PE ratio. Yeah, what is P and B, if you can say, if it is very easy, I think, price divided by book value. Okay, in a nutshell, if I have to say, if a company's share price is 100 rupees and the book value is 10 rupees, the value we get here is 10. What does this signify? See, I and you are very new market players. We can speak in layman terms. Only that we will understand. In layman terms, what would be this? For example, if I have to say, if value of this plot, if I say this plot is near outer ring road, or to be considered near outer ring road, okay, if this plot value is, we consider this as asset, this plot value is 10 lakh. Thinking that it will become great, what you are doing, you are giving it 1 crore. You are understanding what this 10 signifies? Exactly. What this 10 means, the current value of the company is 10 rupees. But you are paying 100, that is 10 times the value. But before we consider this PB ratio, one thing that we discussed last time was book value. This cannot be considered everywhere, right? So when you are considering on the right companies and you are getting right PB, that would be a very good understanding of which stocks you are taking. Assume I'm clear here. That's what I'm saying. Here 100% it is overvalued. Now, if there is a private company like Ruchi Soya, okay, which is going down and government is coming and taking it up, removing the debts, that is very rare, very rare in market. But this is where PSUs come in picture. Okay, when PSUs are there, when you are investing in PSUs, right, at least you know that government will pull off something from there. Private sector, if their liabilities are high, this point always you consider, government will not come in picture. Yes Bank, if you know, they have a lot of bad loans. We can discuss about bad loans for a day. I think Akshay is from knows a lot on banking. So Yes Bank was is a bad loan stock. Now what are bad loans? Why they were waived? All these things you can discuss. But if you see Yes Bank, we'll go to this thing again. You will see there was a beautiful chart pattern. The estimation was really high. I myself, I had invested in Yes Bank around 350. I'll show you. Give me a minute. I think it was in 2018. Okay, this is October, right? If we can go even less, 5 years. So yes, 2017 or 18, somewhere here I had invested. Okay, it went here, and then I exited somewhere here when it fell. I and Vikas took somewhere here, and then it went down, and we never exited it. We exited it again here, and after that, see what happened. But then, even then, if you had asked me, I would have always said Yes Bank is doing good, because we don't know internally what was happening there. If they had bad loans, if there was some corruption inside the management, we didn't knew about it. This assets and liabilities, if you see, they are hand in hand. But one thing you have to know, in banks, these liabilities are not much. Why? Because the loans which they have given, right? If there are corporate loans, if there are industrial loans, these liabilities can go down at a very rapid flow. But then we should know if everything is going right on this way. If no, then gone. Everything goes on a toss. How does the income come in banks? Majorly from interest, which are provided by loans, credit cards, right? This is a, to be very frank, this is really a beautiful sector to study on. It takes a lot of time, but it is really a beautiful sector to study on. How banking has evolved over the period of time, how banks became government sectored, and then why privatization of banks occurred and what happened with it. It is really beautiful to understand, but then we don't have much time to discuss on it. Sometime if you want, now also we can have a short discussion, but this is what I wanted you guys to understand. If there is a PB ratio, that shows that the book value is low, I will say 1, and based on then PB ratio shows that it's 100. This does not mean that the company is bad, because maybe we are selecting a wrong industry and maybe we are not understanding the business which they are doing. This PB ratio comes in picture where actually many things are required, like I told, machinery, land, other forms like bonds, raw materials to be stocked on, and even if they have given one more thing, okay, I have not posted that video yet. If there is an promoter, if you have heard about promoter holding, have you heard about promoter holdings? Correct. So what is this promoter holding? This I would put, I have already edited the video. It would come, I think, on next Wednesday or next Friday. Okay. So what is this? If Aishwarya, Kishore and Karthik don't know. So what happens if a company started, as you know, there, for example, it is a valuation of 10 crores. It is all with these promoters. Promoters are the people who start the company or invest at the initial period of the company, and after that they put some part of the share to IPO, and then even public or FIIs or DIIs, all of them invest in this. Okay, all this happens, but what actually promoters show here? For example, if Akshay thinks his company is really great, okay, and Kishore thinks the same company, he thinks okay, it's not that great, and both have 50% of share. Okay, what Kishore will do, he'll say, fine, I have spent a lot of time in this company, I'll sell 90% of the stake of mine. Okay, but on the same lines, Akshay will say that no, I feel this company is really great. And not only Akshay, other people also say that the company is really great, and they hold on to the assets, and they only spend about 10%. Okay, so what will happen here after giving all these assets and all, we might get around public and all will get somewhere around 55%, public DIFI, and promoters will still have 45%. What does this show actually? High promoter holdings, what does this show? This is one more concept which I am explaining, and then we'll shift to candles. There's one more thing which we should understand. What you told is perfectly fine, perfectly right, because I gave the same example. If you don't think the company is right or great, what happened with Paytm? Paytm was booming. Paytm was one, I think earlier there was no one, there was MobiKwik and Freecharge. With Paytm, okay, but mostly it was monopoly. Okay, now what happens in today's date? There are multiple people doing the same business, and profit margins have decreased drastically. So if the profit margin monopoly has gone, chances of profit have also decreased. And what does this business rely on? Now they are trying to give credit cards, they are trying to give loans, all this, but for that also there are many people. There is no monopoly here. What happens here now? What Akshay will say, now I don't think this business will do great, I should take out whatever money I am getting and go. That's what happened with Paytm. They thought we are getting at good price, they exited at whatever price they got, and the promoter holding declined sharply. Now if a promoter holding is there is a lot of pros and cons, but we'll speak about pros right now. Pro, one thing is, like, for example, if 4 people are starting, Akshay, Aishwarya, Kishore, Karthik, 4 people are starting the company. Okay, if 4 people are starting a company, with valuation 10 crores and then scaling up for 100 crores. What does this say? They say that this is gone. Karthik and Kishore are leaving, taking the money. That means 25% of shares they are taking and they are going. Remaining part is somewhere around 50 crores with promoters, or we can say in simple words around 50%. 50% of this, 50% stake shows that they are still hopeful of the company, right? But if they have 50% or 40%, the management decision will be with them mostly. They will have greater power, because if 50% are retail investors, I and you we don't go to Reliance and say that I have your shares, take my decision, this is my decision, right? So major if they have 40% also or 30% also, major decisions will be taken by them, right? The management. Now if they have higher amount of stake with them, the chances of taking wrong decision is very rare. And if they are a good businessman, I am saying, if they are at good management, at good businessmen, the chances of taking wrong decision is very rare. So they will always think good about a company. And they will always think about profit. If it is not Yes Bank. One more thing, just before we finish off this, and then we'll go to candles. If you go and see any of the, the analysis is yet to come, as I told. Friday it will come. I have already uploaded most of it, but then by Friday it will come. I'll release it. Now, if you see Amaraja Battery, if you see Sona BLW, if you see, I think give me a minute, I have to recall. Azure, this is an Indian company, but not in India. It is on in National New York Stock Exchange. All this, no, they have one thing in common right now. The PE ratio is less than the industry PE and all the other competitors. Second, they have high promoter holdings. And after all this, they have two more things in common. EPS is increasing and PE is decreasing. Okay, this one thing. And at last, business which they are getting, profit which they are getting is more, and estimation is again more. Now, if you see what is Amaraja Battery and Sona BLW, I'll tell you. Amaraja Battery, I have already told, it is an battery sector, so mostly for electric vehicles it will help. Sona BLW is competitor of Mahindra CIE. What happens here is they manufacture the parts. They do the casting part of the vehicles. Mostly now I think they'll be into electric vehicles, and they are market leaders. So if electric vehicles come into picture, they will have good business. What is Azure? Azure is a company where governments are investing in this, taking big projects. They are taking projects from government. They are into renewable, mostly solar. So don't you think all these three companies are future companies? But on the very rare part, I think all of them have. I think only Amaraja Battery has increasing book value. All other have decreasing book value. So if based on this we think, we will not invest. PB ratio, if we think, we will not invest here. But then on the contrary, it is actually a very good company if you are seeing on overall basis. Amaraja Battery, see, any share price to go and up or down, what is the reason? Is it a business, or is it me and you? See, I'll give you both examples right now. Both examples you would agree on. This is an FMCG company. HUL, Hindustan Unilever. ITC is an FMCG company. They are doing good business. Even ITC is doing good business. They had some problems with cigarettes, but now they are again back and doing good business from last 4-5 years. Okay. One more thing. They are doing consistent profits. Even they are doing consistent profits. what you say, margins, gross margins, percentage margins are high. Percentage margins are high here even, and actually percentage margins for cigarettes are even higher. So profit should be more here. Okay, now this is better. Sorry, this is actually market valuation is more than HUL. This is higher. This is little lower. Okay, now even after all these things, price of HUL has, I think, moved three times, or two times, two folds. This has stayed below its high. Business, both are doing same. Both are doing perfectly fine. There is no controversy going on around them. Management is fine. Everything is going fine. Why is it still staying low? Why is it going double? Sometimes it's more on people. It's more on how FII, DIAs are investing in it. I think all of them. I think FII, DIAs are investing in all of them. But the problem with some of the companies is we are very much scared with. If you go and see ITC chart, right? If you go and see ITC chart, what happens here? Whenever it goes to, for example, I think it fell from 230 or 240. It fell to 170. Okay, then it stayed around 200 for some a month, and then it went around 220 around a month, and then it went to 230, and it again fell down to 200, which is ideally again a very weird scenario. Here people are selling due to fear. I and you are selling due to fear that it will not go up. And until this point goes away, no, we cannot expect that it will go high. It will still be on this range. Once this point goes away, it can double in within no time. This happened with I think ICICI Bank. 370, it was around 370 high it touched, it came back to 270, again it went around to 270, again it came back, it fell, again it stayed, and then it broke up. I think I'll show you. I remember this. So this is very we have this chart only, nice. So whenever, see, any share price, going high or low is all based on sentiment and what we think. Okay, no, before this we had invested once. See, it went here 350 high, it came back again around 350, again came back, stayed around 350 for a year almost. See, from 2018 to 2019, business they are doing is really great, but the price has been low because of one bad news, and then there was a good news. Here I think there was a good news, and then after that it again stayed for some time. It went up, fell down. Now again it has gone around 800. So what is the funny part here is the price movement in any stock is based on the demand and supply. Supply of Amara battery, supply of ITC is in abundance, but the demand right now is not that in abundance because there is a lot of shares that people are targeting upon. Not only these, but then these are good businesses. They will unlock their potential at least one or the other day. If they are not moving in price, what I believe is they will always give us a dividend at some point.